more complicated. Okay, let's see how it really behaves. So now when driver is driving the transmission line, your signal will take a transitions through multiple of references. Let us say in this case one would be ground and the other one would be VCC. Okay, so while returning, a return current path will take a place something like this, that the next reference plane is VCC, so most of the energy will be coupled to power plane, and then since there is no interconnection or there is no physical connection between them, okay, the energy will try to take a jump, or the return current will try to take a jump to a next reference layer where it sees a larger impact on impedance. A larger impact on impedance will basically radiate some amount of energy in this. Okay, now to solve these challenges, what one should do. So one way to go is that you can have basically, in case of different references, let's say you have a ground and VCC references, one should have a capacitor placed here, because there are two potentials which you should not short. So we will ideally provide a component which will propose a low impedance path to your high speed returning current. Okay, and in a case where you have maybe a ground reference, okay, in layer 2, and in layer 3 also you have some ground reference, then one would need to stitch using wires. So you place a wire which will form a better current loop. So these modification can be taken care while doing your layout. Now, a layout engineer will not be aware of these many challenges inside your layout. Okay, his focus will be mostly doing proper routing, making sure that you have all the references, all the concerned references beneath the traces. Okay, when the layout is complete, your layout, your planes or returning current will have lots of deviation. Okay, and in order to figure out these challenges, one would need an application which try to detect where are these these geometries are. So we have a solution from hyperlinks known as hyperlinks DRC. A hyperlinks DRC is basically an electrical verification process which allows user to detect signal integrity, power integrity, and radiated EMI challenges in the design. Apart from that, it also can take care of challenges like creepage, which exist in high voltage PCBs. So this is not again an analysis tool. Okay, it is a verification process tool which will pinpoint the geometries which can cause EMI, PI, and SI issues. Once you understand which are the signal and geometries which is influencing these parameters, you can now further investigate by taking those geometries and transmission line into hyperlink signal integrity tool, hyperlinks power integrity tool, and try to analyze and then see what kind of impact it creates on a signal. Okay, so let me now first take let me try to show you how hyperlinks DRC is going to help you to detect these challenges in a layout. So I am just loading in a board inside the hyperlinks environment. Okay, so the board loading is completed. Okay, now how does hyperlinks helps to detect these challenges? So if you go to Project Explorer and see these tools have this environment have uh, set of rules which will basically read out your layout geometries and try to run these rules to detect those geometries. Now the way it searches for those geometries are basically based on the constraints which user can control. Let me take in a simple example of net crossing gaps. Okay, if you take a net crossing gaps, the tool will also give you description of what exactly the tool is going to do when you select a net crossing gaps. Okay, it is going to check for a signal or traces which have a solid references beneath them, or if there is any deviation in return current path. That means if it sees any voids, okay, which are the reference plane it is working with. It is possible that you do not have a reference plane very next to a trace, or you can have you'll have a maybe at layer 3 or at a different layer. So even tool will be able to search that inside the design environment, and by searching these areas you're basically trying to avoid something called common mode radiation noises. Okay, now running an rule is pretty easy because the description and the way it behaves, the way it searches the geometries are defined very well and documented nicely, so that you can just read the rule, come back to a constraint manager where you have to just enter the constraint. For example, I would be interested in searching a trace which have larger voids, not the one which have a smaller voids, because smaller voids will not have a larger radiated EMI. Okay, so I'll be focusing on something respect to obstacle length of 300 mil. That means void which will have a cross section of 300 mil, and then the distance from plane H, and what should be the crossing length of a signal, okay, which sees a void, okay, and likewise. So once you have understood, you can simply set this constraint. You can edit this, okay, as per your requirement. However, tool will also give you default values to run through, but it is recommended for a layout engineer to firstly run through a default rules and try to understand which are the geometry causing EMI SIPI issues, and at the same time in a next run maybe remodify the constraint as per the design, and then try to figure out the same geometries or different geometries. Okay, so I'm going to run this rule, which might take a little time, let's say a minute or two, to display some results, and I'm going to run the design on a whole design. That means in this design I have almost 1200 or above signals, and we'll see how quickly this tool can help you understand the geometries. So the progress of running this rule can be seen in the bottom right hand side, where you see that it is progressing as 11